Hey Florida State, my name is Sarah Cassane and this is Nole Talk News. Today we're joined with Trey Cunningham as we discuss his experiences at Florida State, both on and off the track. Welcome, Trey.
Thanks for having me.
So first I just want to start off, where are you from and how did you kind of get into track and field?
All right, so I'm originally from Winfield, Alabama. It's about a 4,500 population town. We have 3 stoplights. Came from a very athletic family, and I was the first one to break away from Alabama, like either University of Alabama or Auburn. So it was a big step for me to come down here, but I found myself down here due to track and field.
So your journey with track and field began in middle school, high school? How did that kind of start?
Middle school. I was very tiny. I was not anywhere near the size you needed to be to jump over the hurdles. So I didn't really blossom into what y'all would say is a really good hurdler until high school.
What are your main events with track and field and how did you choose them?
So my main events are the sprints, generally. I specialize in the 110-meter hurdles. I run for 13 seconds and sit down. That's how I pitch it to people. But outside of that, in high school, I did long jump, triple jump, relays. I just think it's fun. I think it's a very self-fulfilling sport.
And how did you end up choosing Florida State towards the end of your high school career?
I had my pick of places to go, and I felt at home here, and that's the reason I chose Florida State.
What are you getting your master's in, and what did you study in undergrad?
So undergrad, I studied public relations. Manipulation of words is what I call it. And then my master's in sport management.
You've had a lot of great accomplishments while at FSU, including winning ACC and national titles. Tell us about your most meaningful accomplishment or your best memory as a student athlete.
I'm working on my thesis right now for my master's. Looking at personality as a potential predictor of burnout in college athletes. And I would say 2 national titles and then becoming one of the fastest in the history of the sport.
Congratulations on winning the Bowerman. This award honors the most outstanding track and field athlete every year. So what was winning that award like?
Thanks. There's a lot that goes into that award. Not only do you have to be one of the best college track and field athletes that year, there's a fan vote that goes into it. There's a committee vote. The previous Bowerman winners even vote on it. So unlike our sport, there's a lot out of your control. So when I'm on the track, I totally am in control. I can hit the hurdle if I want to, or I can clear it too high, or I can run faster. But this vote is all about kind of people's perceptions, and so it's one of the hardest things to win.
What are some of your favorite spots on campus?
I did UCD, the stuff we had for athletics. Those were really nice. It can get really quiet up there too to study. And there's always just people around too if I needed a break from work.
But do you have any favorite professors or classes?
There's been a few professors that have stood out. Professor Merle, Sandy Pareda, Mark Ziegler. I really liked my campaign class in public relations. It was so hands-on and it was really high pressure, and I love situations like that.
And do you feel like you've created a solid community here at Florida State?
Oh, for sure. I think there's someone at each college or even any corner of town that I can text or call.
Is it true that you're training for the World Championship and the Olympics? If so, what can you kind of tell us about that?
Yeah, so this year we have the World Outdoor Championships in Budapest, Hungary. I will be training for that, and it will be second week of August. So it's basically the Olympics without all the other sports. It's a big deal for track and field. And then that'll go into next year, which is Olympic year in Paris.
I'm Sarah Cassane.
I'm Trey Cunningham.
And as always, go Noles.